Hey there, it's Brian Gormley with another edition of Where in Greater DC. Coming at you as we normally do in a different location this week than we filmed before. What we do is we film all over the Greater DC Baltimore area and give away a free prize to the first person who guesses our filming location and sends in that guess to support@cornerstonepropertieshomeinfo.com. Don't send it to me. Send it to support@cornerstonepropertieshomeinfo.com. Behind me is a statue, and your clue on the statue is that it's Nathaniel Greene. I will give that away. Nathaniel Greene, and what we want to know is where he is pointing. Where is Nathaniel Greene pointing? So you'll see the 360 here in a second. Give us your guess. Send it to support@cornerstonepropertieshomeinfo.com. So today I wanted to talk to you about commercial short sales. An interesting topic, right? We've been hearing about commercial short sales for a couple of years now. The idea behind them, right, is that most commercial properties are not 30-year loans. They're 5-year loans. Usually is what you see. So what we used to do when I was financing these things is create a loan for 5 years that is potentially fixed loan, okay, but the commercial lender is getting their financing from a variable rate. So they're getting it dirt cheap, as in 1 and 2%, because they're issuing variable rate bonds that have tender rights for 7 days. Okay, so that keeps the liquidity of that bond very cheap. The price is good for the commercial lender. They then take the proceeds of that loan and lend it out to, at obviously a higher rate, but at a higher fixed rate for 5 years to a commercial property borrower. Then that rate is going to reset because their hedge unwinds. Their being the commercial lender's hedge unwinds in 5 years. So they need to get out of that loan that they are in, which means they need to have the commercial borrower refinance. So hopefully that makes sense. The commercial borrower has got to refinance in 5 years. Well, when is this paper coming due? Ha ha ha. These loans were generally made 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008. Add 5 years to that, and what you get right now. So those commercial loans are resetting now, and the lenders have to figure out what the heck they're going to do with that paper. And that's why you see a lot of these defaults in the commercial loan sector. It's trailing the residential sector by a couple of years, but we've been seeing this, right? 2009, 2010, 2011, and now into 2012 and 13. You've got all of these commercial property owners who, by the way, frequently have non-recourse loans. It was recourse initially back to the party in interest, but the recourse is burned off because they rented the properties up, and now it's non-recourse. And oh, by the way, non-recourse loan, there aren't any cancellation of indebtedness tax implications on that. So what incentive does that borrower have when the property is way upside down? And there's major rehab necessary because tenants have thrown the property into pits. Not much incentive. No deficiency because it's non-recourse. No tax implications because it's non-recourse. And you're upside down on the property because you took a bet that the property values were going to continue to appreciate, and the commercial markets are going down the toilets because no one can get financing. Because commercial lenders are out of business. So there you have it. It's a mess. It's a mess, and there's real opportunity there for folks who want to buy these multifamily units at dirt cheap prices. So think about that. There are a couple caveats. This isn't legal advice, no tax advice either. And it also is complicated by how you hold the property, where there's a guarantee. If there's a personal guarantee by a borrower, but by an individual, but the borrower itself is an LLC, that actually may have some implications for the taxes. So it's a little bit more complicated than the simplistic worldview that I just painted, but many times it is exactly what I just described. It's a non-recourse loan at that point because the recourse is burned off and there aren't going to be any tax implications. So definitely an opportunity if you're looking for long-term capital gain potential, and you know, to have some capital resources that you can put together with some friends. Buy a 4-unit, buy a 10-unit type multifamily building, buy a small restaurant space, and potentially lease it out. There's definitely some capital gain to be had. And oh, by the way, on the commercial short sale side, you're typically dealing with an asset manager right away. You don't have to deal with the smorgasbord customer service people at SunTrust or GMAC or Bank of America who are going to just, you know, lose your paperwork and, you know, all the rest. So it's a lot faster process. You're dealing with intelligent people who don't get paid, you know, $6 or $8 an hour to stonewall you, and you know, you can actually have an intelligent conversation about cash flow and net present value and cap rates, as opposed to people who you know, are just looking at numbers and basically are glorified processors. So interesting stuff. Commercial short sales, good times all around. We're going to do a 360. Don't forget to send your guesses in. Again, it's where Nathaniel is pointing. Where Nathaniel is pointing is where we want to go for. Okay. Well, I will see you on another video. Don't forget to check out our blog, capitalshortsale.com. Thanks so much. Bye.